walked on the stage. And I'm honored to be in the presence of rock and roll royalty.
We're here with the Skyliners at the opening night festivities for the East Coast Music Hall of Fame 2022 Gala. Now, I've got a couple of questions to ask, but before I do, I thought it might be better to hear a little song.
I promise you that I will never make you cry. This love will be eternally. Cross my heart and hope to die.
How was that? Did we pass the audition? Yeah.
So how many awards are you guys getting over these next couple of days? That was phenomenal. Oh, you know what? We got to change it. We got to check the ballot count.
Listen, next year, I think the vocalist of the year, female vocalist of the year, should be Donna.
Oh, please.
Right here. Yes, right here. She's been in this business for 42 years.
Yeah.
No way.
Maybe longer.
41.
You've been singing since you were 1.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
That's amazing.
And even then, she had perfect pitch.
Yes. She couldn't walk, but hey.
Well, that sounded absolutely amazing.
Thank
so,
you.
what brings you guys here for the festivities?
Well, I'll tell you. We are...
Tell us, Jim.
Can't wait to tell us.
Well, you see, we believe in this kind of music, okay? This music should never die. It's the basis of all other music.
Right.
And so, in order to promote this and keep it going, the East Coast Music Hall of Fame is an organization devoted to giving credit to those people who have made this possible over the years. And so we're here to help promote the East Coast Music Hall of Fame.
On behalf of the Rosie and Bill Show, we thank you guys for being here, for that beautiful song, and for helping to keep this music alive and well.
Thank you. Let me just say this. I want to thank Rosie and Bill for doing this with such passion.
Yeah.
You guys are great. You guys are great.
And you
We
should
love you.
watch it all the time.
Anyway,
You hear me?
Rosie and
Don't
Bill.
make me come over there.
Want to dance?
Here we are again, opening festivities for the East Coast Music Hall of Fame. We're at the pool party tonight, and I have the honor of being here with the Clovers, and you will definitely recognize some of their hits. What do you have to say tonight? How excited are you to be here?
Totally excited.
Totally excited. I tell you, it's one of those exciting moments in life.
It's always good to be back in the good times.
Yes.
I consider this to be the good times.
What would you like to sing for us tonight?
Nip sip.
Nip sip it is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shove a big nickel in the music box. Splash for a while in my Bermuda shorts. And then I'm gonna order us some mellow malt. We're gonna nip sip every day. sip, every night. Nip, sip, every day. We're just nipping and sipping the time away. I'm a rock candy popper with sugar lips, a honey dripping to my fingertips. Oh, I go for soda and ruby too, a little light spice. Ooh, shooby-doo. Nip, sip, every day. Nip, sip, every night. Nip, sip, every day. We're just nipping and sipping the time away.
Wow, that is fantastic. Now, I have to say, I also heard you guys working up a little bit of Love Potion number 9. Can we get a little sample?
I've been this way since 1956. She looked down upon me and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is Love Potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink, then said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, took a drink.
Okay, folks, we're here with a young man we met 3 years ago today in Wildwood at the first East Coast Music Hall of Fame Gala, Chris Ruggiero. Chris, can you believe it's been 3 years?
I can't believe it's been 3 years, but I have to say, I'm so happy to be back here. Very happy to be back.
Yeah, and this time we're in AC versus Wildwood, right?
Versus Wildwood, and you know, I'm having a really good time, and I know everyone else is here at Harrah's, and I've been looking forward to this for the last 3 years, and I'm so happy that we're finally here.
Yeah.
Chris, how does it feel to be performing live again?
To be performing live, I mean, is the greatest feeling in the world because I'm finally back on stage now and singing in front of people, and my favorite thing about performing live is looking out into the audience and seeing that twinkle in their eye and knowing I took them back to a special place and a whole nother time, which was something we couldn't do for about 2 years. But I'm so happy that we're back, and I'm really happy to be here. I mean, just the idea that there are so many people that came out from all over the place. I mean, some people drove 20 hours to be here, 2 days to get here. I mean, to honor singers of the past, songwriters of the past, and people who are still with us that deserve awards they never got. And I'm really so honored to be part of this. You have no idea.
And I have to tell you, Chris, one thing that you're really doing is you're honoring them by keeping that music alive and doing what you're doing. So you're playing a big part in keeping that sound alive.
It's my absolute pleasure. There's nothing else I'd rather do in the entire world than this.
Okay.
Chris, you're really knocking it out of the park. I mean, we follow you on Facebook, and you're performing with all these legends. I mean, what is that like for you? Didn't you just go to Vegas, or are you going to Vegas?
You know, I've had 3 shows in Vegas so far, which is kind of surreal for me because, I mean, I never knew it could be possible, I guess you could say, but it's a dream come true for me that I didn't think could even come true, and it's because of the greatest support. I mean, I have such great people behind me on Facebook every day, the messages that I get, and the pictures people send and the videos and telling me how much this music means to them is totally touching and heartwarming to me, and I will do anything I can to keep this music going and carry the torch, so to speak.
What kind of a response or reaction do you get from fans when they're out seeing a lot of these oldies group, and then here comes this young guy really killing it?
Well, you know, it was scary at first because you think maybe they're not going to accept me because I wasn't around when these records were made, you know, and you sort of think, well, what are they going to think about this young punk coming in and singing their songs? But I feel that this is my music as much as it is yours and theirs because I grew up on this, and to be quite frank with you, this is the only music I really truly love, and the audience has totally taken me under their wing and treat me like family, and they're the greatest audience in the world, and I appreciate that, of course.
Well, you're going to be performing tomorrow night
Yes.
in front of the audience here at Harris.
Can't wait.
So, what is it that you're going to be singing tomorrow night?
Well, Bill, I can't say what I'm going to sing, but it's going to be a tribute to one of the artists who, unfortunately, is no longer with us. But he was my favorite of all time and a good friend, and I'm so honored that I'm getting to do a tribute to him.
Well, we're honored that we get to be here to see it, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, Chris. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, here we are. The concert is getting ready to start. Night one of the East Coast Music Hall of Fame. And
It's literally seconds away from Jay and the Americans lighting up that stage behind us. They just started dimming the lights as we turn this camera on to say hi.
the hair on my arms is standing up. I'm so excited.
The hair on my head is standing up, too.
This magic moment.
Here she goes.
All right, we're excited.
She's a fan.
Showtime.
We're so excited to have you all here. We're going to get started the best way we know how, with a bunch of great music. Do we have any teenagers of the 1960s out there? The guys we're about to introduce to you had a whole bunch of hit records in the 1960s. Starting in 1961, their first record ran up the charts, and it was non-stop from there. 62, 63, the British invasion came in. It did not stop them. It was one hit after another, all the way up until the early 1970s, when the group splintered. But as many of you know, about 15 years ago, they came back stronger than ever. Do you people know some of these records? I mean, are you gonna know? Do you know the words to these songs? We want to hear you singing along if you do. We think you're gonna know. Isn't it amazing that you can go into a room and not have any idea why you went in there, but you remember all these words? So please sing along tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because we think you're gonna know every hit of Jay and the Americans! Welcome. I'll tell you what a great weekend or week that we have planned here. You know, it's funny because every night I walk on the stage and I'm honored to be in the presence of rock and roll royalty. Yes, I've followed in a long line of Jays. But I gotta tell you, there's only been one set of Americans. 3 of the original Americans are on stage with me here tonight.
was part of the original group and was brought in because of that amazing musical talent and singing of his. Plus, he had those amazing good looks that kind of got the ladies going. You know, kind of a chick magnet, as you might think. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the original chick magnet on stage here tonight, Mr. Howie Kane.
Ladies, if there's any interest whatsoever out there, you gotta get to me by 10:35.
As folks made their way out of the auditorium, the band was waiting in the lobby with merchandise for sale and free photo ops.
Thank you.
Amidst the crowd of fans and performers, we found a couple who was truly caught up in the spirit of the event.
Hi folks, we're here with Dory and Mike Tully. We saw you folks dancing at the pool party tonight, and look at you all in your beautiful outfit. We'll have to pan out and get this. How long have you been together?
21 years.
And you like to dance together, obviously?
We've been dancing together from the very first time we met. We fell in love, and within a few years we were married. And we kept the music and our marriage together because we both love rock and roll.
That sounds like a recipe for a healthy marriage. Maybe more people should employ a strategy or a lifestyle like that, huh?
Definitely.
Dancing keeps us young, keeps us fresh. We're in our 70s. Early 70s. We feel like we're 40, 30, and 20 when we bring back what we did in our youth. And that was, again, rock and roll.
We have a lot of energy. We work out at the gym, we exercise, we eat right, and we're very happy.
I have a question for you now. There is an all-star lineup this week. So who would you say, if you had to pick maybe one act that you're here to see, is there someone in particular?
Mike Moore is one of my favorites, definitely. He's the hardest working person, and he is phenomenal. Excellent.
Mike is a great singer. Unfortunately, couldn't be here. He had a previous commitment, we just found out. But for me, it would be Larry Chance from the Earls. Larry has been around and entertaining and spreading the word about doo-wop as an ambassador for probably 65 years. And Larry is truly one of the icons, and I'm proud to say that we know him.
With a successful day one in the books, it was time to call it a night.
Hi everyone, we are here at the second annual East Coast Music Hall of Fame Gala Day 2. I'm Rosie DeSanctis.
I'm Bill Miller, and we are having a blast. Day one, or night one, last night was fantastic, and today, day 2, is even better. And it's barely even started.
Well, it's jam-packed. We have all kinds of activities that we're going to be going to today. There's a cooking class that's moderated by Tony Orlando.
I can't even make toast.
It's his fault. Everything's his fault. I love you. I love Jay. These are two of the finest gentlemen in the business. Let me tell you, without question, these two gentlemen are among the finest. Two of them, both of them. Tony a little more than Jay. Absolutely.
What we're going to do this morning is honor the people and the groups that keep this music going when radio stations deemed it was not necessary to play good old rock and roll. So these men and women and groups undertook the task to keep the music going. Nominees and winners all deserve a big round of applause for what they do for our music.
The stars came out in force along with many loyal fans to show their appreciation and support for the best music makers and Legends nominees who are doing their part to keep the music alive.
This group is one of the best in the business. The 2022 award winner for Best Acapella Group. Give it up for the Brooklyn Connect, ladies and gentlemen.
It's great singing with your friends and creating music out of thin air. Just going with the song from what you heard from your record collections. And I'm proud to accept this award. Thank you very much.
He said his best moment in his career was when he spoke to Frank Sinatra on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Best Music Maker for DJ, Web Personality, All Broadcasting, the effervescent Cool Bobby B!
My good friends, my dear friends out here, I was rummaging around the backstage after Jay and the Earth show last night, which was fantastic, and I found this jacket. So I'm proudly wear it in their honor today. Gene, thank you. Al, Jackie. I want to thank, first of all the great groups that made the records that we play, the greatest music in the world. The sound of vocal group harmony, I'm talking about duo.
Bobby Brooks Wilson embodies the legend of Jackie Wilson. For a gentleman who didn't even know he was the son of a legend, he has done a great job in preserving music and the memory of his late great father. In the category of male singer, Mr. Bobby Brooks Wilson. The best music maker of that category goes to Tito Rodriguez Jr. and accepting on his behalf the Latin Prime Minister, Ms. Jackie Nunez, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, since Tito couldn't be here today, I want to accept the award on behalf of Tito Rodriguez Jr. He is continuing the legacy of his father, Tito Rodriguez. So, with much honor, I accept this award for him. I'll see you at a later time. But once again, thank you all, and thank you all for voting for him.
Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I'm here for the world. I just want to say that, this gift of music that we all share, it's just such a blessing from God, and I'm so blessed to be able to do what I love with the one that I love, and to be able to make everybody else happy at the same time doing that. And I think it's wonderful how this whole organization is bringing us all together with our love for the music.
Thank you very much to the Hall of Fame. And on behalf of all the previous members of the promotions and the current guys in singing group, we've lasted over 62 years. And thinking of all the guys who are running in the same category, we really appreciate this award. Thank you very much.
First of all, thank you to the East Coast Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, especially our friend Jackie Nunez, for your support in making this award a dream come true for the eternals. From 1956 to 2022, 66 years of performing and still going strong.
After all the awards were handed out, MC Gene DiNapoli closed the ceremony by encouraging fans and supporters to take an active role in the future of the East Coast Music Hall of Fame.
The only way this organization can grow is if you take pictures, share the Facebook page, and tell all your friends what a great time you had at the 2022 event, so 2023 will be bigger and better than ever. I think that's our mission.
We caught up with lead singer of the Elegants, Vito Picone, who spoke with us about how important it is for these artists to be recognized.
And I'm not saying this for myself. There are people that are much more deserving than I am. And because the Hall of Fame basically just passed us by, or this genre, is very, very upsetting to most of us. This was the greatest thing that could have happened. I know it's East Coast, but it should happen right across the country.
Vito, why do you think that is? Why has doo-wop been overlooked?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. First, commercially, the radio stations dropped it because the sponsors said that the buying public was too old for what they were looking for. Matter of fact, Cadillac was one of them, the GM, General Motors. You know, and how wrong they could have been, because now when somebody's retired, the first thing they do is they're going to buy a nice car and they're going to go enjoy their lives, and they made a mistake. But you also have the audiences themselves that are reduced by either they're living on fixed incomes because they're retired, or they're not in ill health maybe. So there's another reason, or they don't travel anymore. So you see that in the shows. We don't do 21,000 people anymore. Now we do between 8 and 1,200. You know, so the dollars that's the reason everybody does that. It's not greed, it's just good business. I understand that. But to give awards to people that did things in the past, that should have never stopped. It should have been given to the people that laid the groundwork for the people that are making millions today.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the impact that doo-wop has had.
Absolutely.
It's feel-good music.
Yeah, everything.
Kids loved it.
You know, what makes me laugh is that, like, let's take Michael Jackson, even though, or Bruno Mars. You know, everybody's looking at this as this is the greatest music in the world. This is what, if you look at these two people, and I love Bruno and I know his father well, the thing is that they are Jackie Wilson, they are Frankie Lyman. They have taken a little bit of everybody that put the groundwork in first and paid their dues, and they just put it into a little, a medley of things, and all of a sudden, it's their music. It's our music. Take a look at the commercials today. 50% or 60% of the commercial today are music of our generation, and we're still not getting the respect that we deserve.
Well, I'll say one thing, Vito. I know that so far today, as I mentioned earlier, we've heard the name Vito Picone several times, recognized here at this event, and I hope that after seeing this and hearing what you're saying, everyone watching will check out Vito Picone, check out the music. It really is. It stands the test of time, and it's as good or better than any music that's come out since then. And again, Vito, we're so glad you took the time here to come over and spend a moment or two with us.
My pleasure, and the fact that you're putting it out to the public, it only helps, the situation, because somebody's got to slap them in the face, and just wake them up a little bit like this, because we're still enjoying ourselves. Most of us are still performing. I was told recently by a disc jockey who introduced me in a show in Florida, and he said I am the only still active lead singer of a 50s group with a #1 record.
Wow.
And I did the research on it. Now, of course, you break it down into categories. #1 in the 50s, not in the 60s, is still active, and they're right. So if I'm going to be the last person that I know from the 50s that's going to be pushing this thing and have the opportunity, then I want to take advantage of it. And the only way I can do that is if you people accept this situation. So,
well, Vito, thank you for your contribution to music history.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Afternoon activities included a special Legends Lunch, a panel discussion on the history of doo-wop led by East Coast Music Hall of Fame board member Charlie Horner, and a museum exhibit of 16 East Coast R&B vocal groups.
Somebody
Folks, we have caught up with a living legend here from the Philadelphia area and who also happens to be the best dressed person at this entire event. He's an original member of the Majors, Ronald Gathers. Ronald, it is so nice to see you today.
It's a pleasure to see you, and both of you.
Thank you. Yeah, we saw you last night at the show with Jay and the Americans, and he was in this beautiful cream-colored suit, and we looked at him and we said, "This is definitely a performer."
Yes.
And then we were introduced to you, and you look fantastic today. How are you enjoying the event so far?
Fantastic. Yeah, I've been looking forward to coming to this for years. You know, and I finally had the chance to make it. You know, and it's outstanding.
What do you think about the evolution of doo-wop music and its impact on the music industry?
Oh, it's the greatest impact because if you notice, even the doo-wop, the hip-hop, they're using all our music back from the 50s to make their music successful. In the background, it's all doo-wop, you know, and it's a heck of it. The doo-wop will go on forever because it's that kind of, because it tells stories, you know, in our music. And we have some of the greatest artists in the world. A lot of them are not here no more, but as long as I got breath in my body, I'm going to represent them.
You're doing a great job representing them. And another thing you're representing is Philadelphia. And we just talked about doo-wop music, but what is it you think about Philadelphia, where since the 50s, 60s, and to today, produces so many incredible performers, singers like yourself? What is it about Philly?
Well, because everybody, we have freedom. You know, our parents and whatnot, we came up with their music, and they were the ones responsible for, you know, keeping doo-wop alive. And we got a chance to go in the corners and you know, acapella, doo-wop, and whatnot. And there were so many groups all around the area, you know. So that was the pastime for us, but we loved to do it. And at the same like now, I look forward to entertaining an audience. Yeah.
And it kept you out of trouble as
definitely.
a kid.
That's another thing. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, it's such a great music venue. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and I hope it goes on even after I'm gone forever and ever.
Well, Philly proud, and you better stick around for a while. Thank you so much, Ron.
Thank you all for having me. That has been a pleasure. Definitely.
Same here, Ron.
Thank you.
The pre-gala events were a resounding success. And to close things out, Jay and the Americans.
Hillville campaign across the other side of the border. She was a sitting there and giving me looks that my mouth watered. So I started walking her way. She belonged to Bandit Housing, and I knew, yes I knew I should leave. Then I heard her say, "Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man, so big and so strong. Come a little bit closer, I'm all home, and the night is so long." This particular song was very unique because Sandy was sitting in the recording booth when he was making this song, and he turned the recorder on, and of course Marty was screwing around on the guitar like he still is. But you know what? Marty played an intro to this next song that has become iconic.
Thanks, Coop.
This might